I'm an avid knitter. You might have guessed that already. But when me and my husband first started dating and he heard that, he asked me to make him a hat. So I had some navy acrylic laying around. Since he loves blue colored things, I made him this beautiful hat. It looks really great. And actually for 7 years of wear and tear, because he wears this almost every day, it's still looking pretty good. But when I recently had some beautiful blue left over from a different project, I decided to remake this hat in this. And it is stunning. I also made this hat in 4 hours, which I showed on my Instagram, and it got a little bit of attention. So like, thank you guys. But I think it's really important to show everyone how to make their own version of this hat, just because it's really fun, it's really easy, and if you want to make it for a loved one, it's a fan favorite. So today I'm going to show you how to make it with exactly what I did for this hat. In this case, I used size 7 needles and I used worsted weight yarn. However, this hat can be made with any size needles, with any size yarn, as long as your ultimate pattern is a multiple of 6. Make sure you make a swatch. Make sure you are measuring from here all the way around your noggin. So it's gonna be a little that. And as long as it measures right and your math is mathing, you too can make a gorgeous hat with just a swatch. So let's get into it.
Okay, so now we're gonna do an alternating cast on. This is super simple, but a little different. So while you normally would do this for your cast on to get the stitches on the needle, you're gonna also go to this side to get your stitches for your needle. This essentially just creates knit and purl stitches so that when you do the initial ribbing, it already has like a beautiful border on it and you don't have to worry about anything sticking out or anything looking weird. So you're gonna do this until you get your proper number of stitches, which should be a multiple of 6. Once your alternating cast on is done, you're just gonna go back and forth and do a ribbed pattern for the whole hat. So in my case, my husband didn't really want a crazy long hat, or crazy long brim rather. So we only did about 6 just to make it a little bit over an inch. If you want more, do more. There's no wrong or right way to do this. It's whatever your personal preference is, but you're gonna go back and forth and do ribbing until it's the length you want, and then we'll start the official pattern. Once you're done with your brim, it'll look beautiful and like this. It might be longer, it might be shorter, whatever you want. Now we're gonna start the real pattern. So again, we're doing in multiples of 6. So in this case, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 knit stitches, and then 1, 2 purls. And you're just going to keep doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, until you get all the way down. Now, since the hat is made in the round and I'm doing this flat, I decided to do the second row. So we now have 2 purl stitches and 2 knit stitches in the pattern. And now we're going to flip the pattern a little bit. But the main key is to remember there will be some key knit like pillars going throughout, and those are going to kind of be your roadblocks between. So in this case, we have 1, and then where you had 2 knits previously in the middle, you're going to have 2 purls. And then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 knits, and you see that they're over 2 of the purls, and this is one of those central pillars I was talking about. So then you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have knits where the purls were, and purls where some of the knits were. And then you're just going to do that pattern for 2. Your hat is now as long as you want it to be, and it's time to start the decreases. Beautiful, amazing. And now that the swatch is a little bigger, you can see those knit veins that I was talking about. So these are the main ones that are really holding that pattern together, and you can see throughout. So we're going to be decreasing around these 2 veins. So you're going to continue on with the pattern. In this case, I had purls here, so this is now knit. And then because this vein is going to stay stable the whole time, we're going to purl these together because purl will be the next in the pattern. We're going to knit, and then we're going to do a knit, an SSK here. So it means like a backwards knit together, because knit would be the next thing in the pattern. And you just decreased 1 on either side. Lovely. Okay, so we did 1 more row just to establish it. You're gonna have to be sure that you continue in the pattern and you don't miss if there's just like 1 stitch where there used to be 2. So now we're gonna do a second decrease. So again, working in the pattern, making sure it all sticks together. And in this case, we're gonna be doing a knit together. Beautiful. Knit. And then again, we're going to do an SSK. So that you have those beautiful side ones going where they need to be. And it looks real gorgeous. So this is what it looks like now after 2 decreases where you have these going towards one of those main veins. I mathed a little wrong, so that's okay. So we're just going to focus on this, where you have these 2 now going this way, and it's just going to continue to decrease in that sort of a pattern. Beautiful. For yours, you can do either by multiples of 6 or 8. I personally chose 4 of the veins and then did 2 on either side, so 8 total decreases per round. If you want to do 6, that's fine. Just make sure your mouth accounts for it. And yeah, I'm really excited to see everyone's version of this, and hopefully this makes sense.